Good morning. Just wanted to give you an update on something I've been following. Bear with me because I'm reading from tiny little newspaper notes that I've collected on this. For months we haven't heard much of anything about the disaster in Fukushima, Japan, or as Daily Grace would say, Fukushima, more like your Fukushima. But there's been pretty much a blackout on this, but there's a World Watch thing on the back of the front section of my newspaper, and it covers such things as hurricanes, typhoons, earthquakes, junk like that, natural disasters. Well, there's been two interesting little tidbits on what's going on over in Fukushima. Yeah, those things are still spewing radiation into the air and water, but there's been two things that have recently come up. And independent researchers in the city of Fukushima, nearly 40 miles from the crippled reactor, have measured 307,000 becquerels of cesium per kilogram found well outside the current evacuation zones. Now, there's people wandering around. They've only got a 10-mile evacuation zone on this thing, and there's people wandering around in this area that's contaminated with 307,000 becquerels of cesium per kilogram, and excuse me if I'm mispronouncing that word. Well, what is that exactly? That's basically your glow-in-the-dark and gonna die from cancer measurement. Now, there is an international standard. Anything that's contaminated to more than 100,000 becquerels is supposed to be encased in concrete. Soil, a tool that was in a reactor, anything like this. If it's got 100,000 becquerels, it's supposed to be encased in concrete. Here we have 300,000 becquerels. So how do you encase? There's not enough cement in the world to do a 40-mile area and encase it in concrete. I mean, that much cement doesn't exist to the best of my knowledge. So there's people walking around in this. So what's this mean? There's going to be a you-know-what load of deaths from this over there. And this stuff's still going into the air and water, and it could conceivably affect us if it hasn't already. I mean, we don't know. They don't tell us anything. I do know that some people claim that on the west coast of the United States, the radiation levels are higher than normal. Not yet to the dangerous level, but higher than normal. Now, also in metropolitan Tokyo, we're not talking the sticks here. They've gone up onto the roofs of building and measured strontium-90 in the dust up there. About 195 becquerels of radioactive isotope from the Fukushima reactor is discovered on dust on the top of an apartment building. Now, that may not hurt much being on the top of an apartment building, but when you get a windstorm, that's obviously going to blow off of there and be blowing in the air. And it's in the air they're breathing now. So for everybody that thought, excuse me, for everyone that thought that this Japan reactor thing was all done with, because there's been nothing in the news about it, one of the biggest reasons is none of the reporters want to go over there. Who wants to go over there and take a chance on risking their health? No, it's still going on, and there's people wandering around, living their daily lives in areas that are so contaminated that they should be covered by concrete, encased in concrete. And the Japanese government will not admit that there's a problem and evacuate those people. Everybody's over there, all the independent scientists are screaming for a mass evacuation. The Japanese government won't do it. They're just pretending a problem doesn't exist. So I just wanted to give you the latest update on that. I know, nice way to start off your morning, huh? But this is still playing out, and yeah, there's still a serious problem with the reactors. They're still pumping water into reactors, and the thing is not at all under control, even though the news media would allow you to believe that there's no longer a problem. So everybody have a wonderful day.